All right, now, Rumi, check this out. We got a real treat for you. Welcome, comedian, author, and king of syndicated radio. I don't really like bringing in cues on the show, but it's okay. Rickey Smiley, what's up, boy?
What up, boy? Hey, look, when I tell y'all I have enjoyed those segments, y'all are so darn professionals, man. Y'all got big things coming, man. Y'all are so talented and dope. I mean, I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes just really enjoying the show, really, for real.
Man, that means a lot, Rickey. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. Now, we got to get your take on this last debate. Now, is it better to prioritize that work-life balance or career advancement?
Yeah, I mean, you got to make some money, but you have to take time to live and not work yourself into stress. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people die, have heart attacks, hypertension, all that kind of stuff, especially when they start getting up at my age or whatever. But I just think it's so important, man, to work, but make sure you take time for yourself. Take some vacations and do some fun stuff. And then don't try to keep up with everybody. You're not going to be able to keep up with everybody. And just take your time, go through your career, and everything's going to come, not in your time, but in God's time. So just be patient. That they say, they that wait. So
come on, they wait on the Lord. What's for you will not pass you. Now, Rickey.
And you know what? And you fun. You had me cracking up talking about if a man take care of you, you're going to end up
in the courtroom.
Did I lie? Listen, I'm not trying to be on nobody's stand, okay? No. I'm clocking in, Rickey. I'm clocking in. Now, you keep a lot of jobs, okay? And you now have a Hulu special that is dropping on May 30th. It's entitled Foolish. Tell us why you chose the title and what we can expect from the special.
I had a producer of my morning show. I was cutting up so bad. We were doing a live broadcast somewhere, and she pulled me to the side. And by the way, she adulted. She was sorry. She said, "You know what? You're foolish." And it just stuck with me because I was just on one that morning, like we are every morning. So I thought I would name it Foolish, kind of like Blackish, but because it's not a real intelligent comedy show. It's just all over the place. All over the place, ADHD, solid, funny, class clown, all of that stuff. So it's all over the place, but it's funny. So that's all that matters.
Okay. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, I'm really proud of it. I really worked my ass off for this one or whatever. I haven't done a special in about 12 years since
that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, that BET special that I did, Open Casket Sharp. So this one right here, I kind of like looking young and looking cool, a little bit more hip. Had to give him a little something.
Okay.
Now, Rickey Smiley, I have to tell you this, sir. So we were having a debate one time, and I was talking about when I get me some money, man. When I get me some money and some new muscles, I'm gonna be looking like Tay Diggs. And let me tell you what Kiki said. She said, Tay Diggs, more like Rickey Smiley. That's what you're going to be looking like.
Now, why would you snitch on me?
She said, you look more like Rickey Smiley. Now that Rickey here, now what?
Wait a minute.
That is a compliment.
Hey, man. Hey,
she said, you ain't no Tay Diggs. She said, Tay where? She said, more like Rickey Smiley.
Why you snitching,
Bruh,
snitch though.
Bruh. It's some women out there that like this look. I ain't the best looking person on this earth, but there's a demographic of women that like this look right here. Go get you some little glasses like this right here, and just be out, man. You good, bro?
There it is. See, I ain't worried about it, Kiki.
So wait a minute. Did she mean Rickey Smiley or Lil Daryl? Which one now? Come on.
I meant Lil Daryl, Rickey. That's who I was talking about. Okay. You know what I was talking about.
Boy, that's shady. That's shady right there.
I was holding out when I said, wait till we get Rickey on the show. I'm going to tell her.
You snitching like that.
Now, but I do want to take it back to the special Foolish. With cancel culture just being just so high, and you see high profile comedians just being more cautious with the jokes they tell. Have you ever removed any material because you think it might be taken the wrong way? Or are you like, you know what? I know the spirit I'm saying this in and I'm letting it ride.
Man, I ain't studying that stuff, man. Funny is funny. You know what I'm saying? I came up in the era of comedy in the 90s. I started doing comedy November the 13th, 89. That was the first time I went on stage, and I'm not changing. I think Eddie Murphy Raw is funny. I think Eddie Murphy Delirious is funny. I think everything Richard Pryor talked about on stage is funny. Robin Harris is funny. Bernie Mac, the Kings. I'm not changing nothing. It's not for everybody. Everything ain't for everybody. And you will sit up here and go crazy and not be funny trying to figure out if you're gonna offend everybody. Hell, I talk about myself. You know what I'm saying? If I talk about myself or whatever, and my family and my kids, hell, I can talk about everything else. So, man, I don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of stick to stuff, and I just say things that everybody's already thinking. So if people laughing extra hard at something that I say, that means that they already thinking it.
Yeah.
Hey, they'll be all right.
Now, Rickey, I gotta ask you this, man. OG of comedy, and you came up in an era where the younger comics like yourself, when you would refer to the OGs, you looked up to them, you paid attention to what they did, you researched them. Did you feel like there is a divide right now between the OGs of comedy and the young comics, and it doesn't seem there's respect on both sides? Do you feel that way at all?
No, not really. I really respect the younger comics. Like, I'm actually, and I'm proud to say this, because I'm the first one to put Desi Banks on stage live.
Wow.
Yeah, because he hit me up, and I said, hey, you doing funny videos? Come on over here. Let's get on stage or whatever. I would always coach people like B. Simone if I see something that they could do better on stage, because we was all on tour with Martin Lawrence. And I remember B. Simone was doing something, and I pulled her in my dressing room, and I was just getting at her, just doing some Nick Saban type of coaching. And I will never forget the very next night, I didn't think nothing else of it. She went on stage and did it. And you would have thought that we had won the national championship when she came off stage, because we were just hugging and jumping around and nobody understood what was going on or whatever. But I had given her some techniques. And so people the younger comics, they cannot help the era that they started. We didn't have phones, we didn't have social media, we didn't have Instagram. If you got on Showtime at the Apollo, or if you got on BET's Comic View, my first television appearance was on the Country Channel. I was on the Nashville Network. People sitting out there in the audience with Confederate flag T-shirts on. You know what I'm saying? But the younger generation was real brilliant with the phones and making videos or whatever. And then they say, okay, hey, let me figure out how to perform this stuff on stage live, because people will pay money to come see me perform. So I've seen a lot of comedians start out, on stage and just had to catch a rhythm. Like your B. Simone, you're just hilarious. DC Young Fly, from what I noticed from when he started, he always kind of had it. Or whatever, but I watched a lot of them grow. And if I'm standing on the side of the stage and I see you make a mistake, I pull you off to the side, and I would tell you, or whatever, because my job is being in the game 35 years is just to see you do good. I'm like the old coach in the corner, like Coach Prime, just in the corner, and I'm standing on the side of the stage wanting you to win, want you to win more than I want myself to win. Been there. I was a host of Comic View in 2000 and in 2004. I did a lot of comedy specials. I've had my time, but I'm just glad to still be in the game. And if I could coach some of the younger comics, and they all respectful, they all listen, they all be like, man, thank you, OG. We really appreciate that. 85 South, all of those guys, man, they like nephews to me. A lot of them call me Unc. And I just really appreciate it. It's a very respectful relationship. I don't know what the relationship is with the other comics that came up in my era versus the new generation, but I have a good ass time watching all of the younger comics. I laugh at all the videos, and when we perform together, I just try to be an inspiration to them.
I opened up for you in Bowling Green, Kentucky, maybe a couple years ago. It was me, Bernard Hirsch. We were all on that show, and I remember.
Oh, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Rickey, he went. It was like 3 people in the audience. It's okay.
No, it was a packed house. It was a theater. It was a theater, and I remember I got off stage. I didn't even think you saw my set because I went first. Oh, no, I went second. The host came out, then I went out, and then I remember I came off stage, and you were next, and you was like, "You funny, man. Keep going." And I remember I took that. You were like, "You were funny, man. Keep going." And I just took that. I didn't even know you were listening. You were
man,
like, "Yeah, I'm always watching."
Even when I'm not watching, I'm listening, man, because I just have an ear for it. You know what I'm saying? I started out in church. I started out as a musician, so I just have an ear for entertainment. I've been around entertainment my whole life and stuff. So when I look at anybody performing, whether they singing in the choir, I can listen to a college band. I can tell if somebody not playing the song right. You know what I'm saying? I'm March Trumpet, Alabama State University. So, I'm a musician. I read music. I used to do theater and plays and direct jazz and symphonic and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I just have a in between funny and being a great performer and being entertaining. And that's what my comedy special is. It's not just funny, like it's really entertaining. It's gonna be some music in there, you know what I'm saying, man? We really had to pay for the rights to use music and songs, all that stuff. But man, when I tell you, it's probably my best work.
Oh
Wow.
I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to that.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Now, everybody, all the roomies are saying, give Rickey his flowers, and you so deserve them. And you inspire people like Zach. And of course, we want to know, flowers. But Rickey, we want to know who inspires you. When we talk about the Mount Rushmore of comedy, that's 4 spots. Who is on your Mount Rushmore?
I actually I'm an employee of Martin Lawrence. So
okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I've been on tour with Martin Lawrence for 6 years. I opened up for some of the kings of comedy. So let's just put the kings in one block.
In one block. Okay.
Yeah. And you have to say, so that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Martin Lawrence, you got the Kings, and I have to go with Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy for sure.
Okay.
That's solid.
That's
solid.
That's it.
You can't beat
That's
that.
solid. You can't beat that.
Hey, when I opened up for the Kings of Comedy, man, I don't want to talk too long because I don't know what y'all time. Let me tell you something. You remember how I told y'all about how I would give comedians advice? One time, man, I had on a brand new Nike jogging suit. I thought I was doing it. LL Cool J, I'm bad hat, had a little chain. Steve Harvey pulled me to the side. That was when Steve first started blowing up. This was in the 90s. He said, hey, man, people paid a lot of money to see us perform. You're going to have to dress a little better. He said, but I tell you what, I'm going to let you bring me on stage. But tomorrow, I need you to dress better. You thought I was finna wait till tomorrow? When I introduced him, he came on stage. Bruh, I ran out of that comedy club, peeled out of that driveway, drove all the way across town. And I know I had 45 to 50 minutes to get back to that comedy club, went and put a suit on, driving on the highway, getting dressed, tying a tie, just to come back on stage and said, thank y'all. Y'all give it up for Steve Harvey. Thank y'all for coming out. Good night. That's when he knew I was serious. And if it was not for him, if it was not for Steve, I would not have had the opportunity to open up for the Kings. I would not have had the opportunity. I wouldn't have my radio show because Steve got me that job, the job that I have that I've been on for like 20 years now. So if anybody ever take the time to even think enough of you to correct or to say something to you, it's not personal, man. Take it and run with it. Coaches cuss out football players all during the week. But at the end of the season, they hold up that championship trophy. So that's what it's all about.
That's a gem.
That
is a gem, Rickey.
I love that. Now I do want to play this quick game with you. It's called the TSR Hot Five. Okay. This is where we get to know you a little better by asking some basic but important questions.
Okay.
The question really ain't that important. Is it better to live in the city or the country?
The country.
Why you say the country?
I live in the country. Listen, I wish if y'all was doing this show in the daytime, my garden is right here. I got greens. I have tomatoes. I have a plum tree, a peach tree, an apple tree, strawberries, blueberries. I have.
Sound like Barnell Hill's house.
Yeah.
Catfish delicious.
Hey, look, the lake back here. I be back here fishing or whatever. I got crappies. I have bass. I have brims. I don't know if y'all know about fishing, but I love this little country life, just being out in the woods and stuff. The only thing that throw me off, you know, you'll get a deer or a little mountain lion or whatever they call those things. I know he ate the lady, my next door neighbor cat, ate her cat. And she, hey, y'all, I shouldn't talk about that. She was out there the next morning in her bathrobe, and she was out there, Gracie Bell, Gracie Bell, Gracie Bell.
Gracie that went on the glory.
I had to go over there and help my neighbor because I heard the commotion, and I heard, she's out there, Gracie Bell. So y'all going to hell for laughing. I see you.
Yeah, you wrong. You wrong for helping her look for that cat. You know that cat was dead.
Y'all need to stop. We haven't seen Gracie Bell since, but my next door neighbor.
Damn.
Well, y'all ain't shit.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. Finish the game.
Okay.
Y'all gonna remember that name, Gracie Bell.
All right. Next question.
Hey, and that's why y'all got to watch my special. Cause bro, I'm ignorant like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you would never sit next to me at a funeral ever. I'm that guy.
Oh, no.
I'm the guy. I'm the guy in a meeting, in a serious meeting that you don't want in your peripheral vision. I'm that guy.
Oh God. Let me ask you this. All right. Should toilet paper hang over or under the roll?
Over. And y'all know that over.
Why does
and I
it
want to
matter?
say that, and I need for all the women out there that come to our house and use our bathroom, please roll the tissue back up. Don't let the tissue hang to the floor. Don't tear the tissue crooked. Straighten the tissue back up, tear the tissue off even, and roll it back up. You don't have to fold it like that in the hotel.
Right.
Just roll it down. I just got onto my daughter just now. I said, let the toilet seat down. I said, roll the seat. Like I'm teaching etiquette as we go, so she won't be that chick going on somebody's house with the toilet paper on the floor. You'd be like, nah, I can't do this.
I can't do this. All right, let me ask you this. Does a straw have one hole or two?
One hole.
That's one long hole or two?
Yeah, one long hole.
One at the top.
This
is
whole conversation.
It's Diddy-ish.
It's got a lot of Diddy on that.
Y'all ain't finna sit here and make me look like, wait a minute, hold on.
Now, is it one hole or two?
It's one long hole.
I say
So,
one.
but a straw.
A straw.
So it's technically one long hole, but since a straw have two ends and each end have a hole, it's two.
All right, there we go.
There it is. All right, now, should ketchup be kept in the refrigerator or the pantry?
If it's okay, now y'all know I like to cook. Once you open it, you put it in the fridge.
Thank you.
Yes. There you go.
Yes.
There
Talk
you
to
go.
a cook over here. Come over here one day. Y'all should do a live from my house. I'll cook y'all dinner. I'll make y'all some pinto beans and rice.
Oh yes, I'm on my way.
All right, and is it better to be a superhero or a supervillain?
Of course, a superhero. Yeah, you don't want to be no supervillain, superhero. But supervillain probably get more chicks. You know what I'm saying? But superhero,
then you end up on the stand, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, you end up on the stand.
We try to stay away from that stand.
A super villain, a super freak.
You don't want your text message read out loud. Don't read my text message out loud.
Please don't be an oily super villain.
Boy, that thing now hard to watch, man. I'm so glad I ain't go to bruh. I heard y'all talking about that. Man, listen here, man. I even in the 90s, I didn't go to after parties. Brett and I was talking about that on the radio this morning. Like I performed so hard, bro. You remember we did that show in Bowling Green? I left that night.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I drove back, went to Nashville, probably stopped in Nashville, went to Bishop Walker Church, and went on to Birmingham, man. I go on about my business when I perform. I don't have time for after parties and stuff. I didn't do it in the 90s. That's crazy.
Nope.
I don't blame you. Now, Rickey, you held up your book, Living with Loss, Moving Forward. How has your healing journey been, and what advice could you give someone who has lost a loved one?
I want to tell everybody that, first of all, trust God. Remember your pastor. Remember at church now, all of our pastors have been telling us for years that it's only a test. But we don't think it's a test because Big Mama died. But that's a test. Sometimes God look at us and see how we gonna handle that situation or whatever in order to take us to the next level. You're a lot stronger than you think you are. I'm doing a lot better. That first 1 year was really, really rough. And I thought I was gonna lose my mind, whatever. But God, I just thank God for grace and His mercy, and my therapist. And I'm gonna tell everybody out there, if you have access to a therapist, please go and talk to somebody, because we will go to the hospital for your leg. You'll go to the hospital for your ankle. You'll go to the hospital if your stomach hurt. You'll go to the hospital if you have COVID. But why we want to go to the doctor for our mind? Your brain is a muscle, just like everything else in your body. And there are people that's dedicated and trained to help you sort all of the stuff. You can't figure out you can't figure that out. There's no college courses to train you on loss. It's nothing, nobody, you just hit a brick wall. Somebody just call you and say such and such died, and there it is right there in your face, and you're not prepared for that. And that messes a lot of people up psychologically. So you have to go and get the help that you need so you can process that. And it still hurt, and it gets a little bit easier with time, but you got to trust God, but you have to get therapy. So I'm doing a lot better than I was. I fake it, laugh on the radio. Laugh on Saturday. I did a show in Cleveland. I left out of the hotel. I was performing at the Hard Rock Casino, and I boo-hooed and cried all the way, like to the point where it made the driver uncomfortable. I cried all the way to the venue, cried backstage, and when the guy was introducing me, I wiped my tears and blew my nose and went out on stage and killed the damn audience. And but you have to cry and you have to get it out. Don't try to be strong for nobody.
Yeah, man,
that's good stuff.
Yeah. Now, Rickey, I've been listening to you forever. I mean, since the Doug Banks show, when we was running the Doug Banks show back in the day, man. Always been a gracious brother, man. And you stay tapped in and what you're doing. Just a true professional of your craft. But before we let you go, you got to tell the roomies how to stay tapped in the Rickey Smiley show. How do they stay tapped in, brother?
Hey, depending on what city you are in, make sure y'all check out the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. If you're in Miami, we're on Hot 105. If you're in Atlanta, we on Classics 102. If you're in Houston, we on 102. We on the radio probably like 100 cities. So we are on the radio everywhere playing R&B and Southern Soul. Now I went from hip hop to popping fans. That means we getting older. But y'all make sure y'all check us out. And my private Instagram is RS Comedy, or you can go to the fan page at Rickey Smiley, RICKEY. And if you're going through grief, make sure you check out my book Sideshow, and make sure you check me out May the 30th on Hulu. And make sure y'all come to my premiere next week in Atlanta. Come on now. What's up?
Give us the VI. We got to show up now.
For us. We on the way.
Hey, I will make sure that I have some VIP tickets for you. I'm gonna have my assistant hit y'all up now. And if you can go live if you want to. So whatever y'all want to do, I really appreciate this opportunity. So that's the least I could do.
All right, man. Thank you. Been an absolute pleasure talking to you, my brother, man. Yes. Always.
Thank y'all for having me, man. God bless y'all.
Thank you.
All right.
That was so cool.
That
was so cool. I'm fanning out.